Good morning. The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, wearing of head garments unless for religious purposes, chewing of gum, or reading any materials. Proper attire is required. Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you on Zoom. And until we call your case, you can turn your camera off. You please keep yourself on mute in case called. At that time, you would be expected to be still seated and ready to proceed, but you could be close enough to your phone to where you hear your when I say your name, you're close enough to where you can get back to your phone fairly quickly. Are we ready to proceed on William Warren Beal?
We are, Your Honor.
Now calling the People versus William Warren Beal, ticket number P1311643, one count of loud music from a motor vehicle more than 10 feet away. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tim Malafide, P72339, on behalf of Mr. Beal. Mr. Beal, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Beal for the record.
Thank you so much. Officer Odessa, do you want to unmute and state your name for the record?
Officer Odessa Mitchell, badge 3898.
Thank you, officer. Today is the date and time set for trial. Mr. Malafide, are you ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor. It's my understanding in speaking to Officer Odessa that she has no recollection of this case, so we would be moving to dismiss it this time. Officer Odessa, is that an accurate statement?
Yes, sir.
The court will enter a dismissal in this matter. Mr. Beal, consider yourself lucky this time, and hopefully you won't be back before me. Have a good day. That concludes your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, officer. Thank you, counsel. Thank you.
This is without prejudice. Did you explain, Mr. Malafide, how without prejudice works?
I don't know if I explained it to Mr. Beal, but I can quickly explain that to the entire court if the court would prefer that I do that.
Sure.
Certainly. Mr. Beal, as well as everybody else who is in the audience, a dismissal without prejudice means that the case, in theory, could be brought back at any time if the prosecutor and the officer agree to have it reissued. That does happen on occasion. It depends on the severity of the case and the feelings of both the prosecutor and the officer in this matter. Your case was dismissed without prejudice, Mr. Beal, so in theory that could happen again. Just be aware of that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That concludes your matter, Mr. Beal. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Ready to proceed on Mr. Bellman. Mr. Bellman, please turn your camera on and be seated.
Your Honor, can you put me in the breakout room with the retained counsel?
Yes, sir. Wait, I can give you co-host. Can you?
That's actually a statement. I'm happy to go in.
Please press mute if you have background noise. And Mr. Bellman, if that is you with background noise, I'm gonna need you to make sure that you're in a quiet place so that we can make a clear record. If that's you. One moment.
Judge, I brought in Mr. Dupree so they can be moved into, or I can move them both into a breakout room.
Okay. Mr. Dupree. Who's Mr. Dupree here on?
He is here, Judge, on let's see here, that would be Patrick Bees.
So he did I thought he had spoken to him in the breakout room. No, he came out. So Mr. Dupree, you can go back into the same breakout room that you were in. Just join breakout room.
Judge, I spoke to him before the hearing today, so we're prepared whenever the court is ready.
Mr. Dupree, I think that actually Mr. Goss wanted to speak to you briefly, which I think he is in the same room, if I'm not mistaken.
That's different. Yes, you guys would have to reassign me, but yes, certainly.
Hold on.
It
There.
may have been confusion. I called Mr. Goss for Mr. Dupree because I thought, because he was just in the breakout room, I didn't know that he had spoken to him.
They'll sort it out very quickly, Judge, so I'm sure that they'll be out in a moment.
Okay, thank you. So now calling the people versus Derek Bellman, ticket number 135-64771. No insurance misdemeanor. Also 64772. Driving while license suspended. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Tim Malafide on behalf of Mr. Bellman. Mr. Bellman, please state your name for the record.
My name is Derek Bellman.
Thank you, Mr. Bellman. Your Honor, there have been recommendations put forth. We'd like to take advantage of those recommendations.
Okay, is the recommendation, please let me know what the recommendation is, Mr. Malafide.
Your Honor, it's my understanding, I believe that it'll be to an improper place. Dismiss the other counts.
So we'll do count 1 improper plate while dismissing count 2.
That's my understanding, Judge.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Bellman?
Correct.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that what you say today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Correct.
You can put your hand down. You had an opportunity to speak to the attorney in the breakout room, and he advised you of your rights, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Correct.
Do you understand that pleading guilty will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, Ms. Nance.
And knowing that you're giving up that right, you would still like to enter a guilty plea?
Correct.
Okay, I turn your attention to May 23rd, 2022, where you driving a vehicle in the area of 7 Mile and Ryan in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
And did that vehicle have proper plates and or insurance?
No.
Satisfied, Your Honor. We'd stipulate to probable cause in the other matter.
Thank you, Counselor. So the court will enter a guilty plea the plea of guilty on improper plates. That fee that we will assess will be $220, Mr. Bellman. Are you able to make that payment within the next 2 weeks?
Yes, that's fine. I take 3 weeks, please.
I'll give you 30 days, March 22nd, 2023. And I'm gonna set this for a review hearing on that date. Mr. Bellman, if you have already made this payment, you don't need to appear in court. Nothing will happen as long as this has been paid. However, if you do not pay it and you do not appear in court, you're starting all over again with the warrant.
Oh, okay. I have it paid before then.
Okay? So March 22nd, 2023, $220. You're all set. That concludes your matter.
Okay, I just come down there and keep paying on it at the 36.
You can pay online at www.36districtcourt.org. You can also see a list of places that you can pay at a kiosk. It's called DivDat, I think, DivDat. And I know that they're all around the city of Detroit in some local grocery stores and areas just, really close to home so that you don't have to come all the way down here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Make sure you pay it by March 22nd or appear back before me.
Okay, I won't see you.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And Mr. Dupree, are you waiving your client's appearance today?
Judge, I think he was, did he drop off?
He's
yeah,
still here.
sure. So he's still here? Yeah, I see him. He's still here, Your Honor. Mr. Vise, would you state your name, please?
Sorry, I was on mute. Patrick
You
Bice.
didn't have to state your name yet. I need to grab your file. I just wanted to know if we were ready to proceed on that one. Give me 1 moment.
Yes.
Now calling the people versus Patrick 5 Ticket number Z 8087271, one counter operating while visibly impaired. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Matthew Dupree, PH 0132, attorney for the defendant. Mr. Bias, state your name, please.
Patrick Bice.
Today is the date and time set for a pretrial. Mr. Dupree, how would you like to proceed in this matter?
Judge, we are working out a resolution. We're close, but we need a little bit more information from the Wayne State Police. When I say a little bit more, I mean just like the tiniest smidgen. We want to ask for an adjournment, but it literally could be like a day. I think Mr. Goss just needs to quickly speak to someone, and then from what we know, I think we're going to be at a resolution. But I don't know if the court has that ability to adjourn in such short notice. So if not, then just whatever date you can give us.
I have the ability to adjourn it. I need to check tomorrow's docket to see if it's doable. 1 month.
Very well, John.
May it please this honorable court, Dante Goss, P60162. Your Honor, can we get a little bit more time? Because I'm not sure if I will be able to get in contact with the lieutenant who's in charge of that. So a day might not be enough time for me to get in contact with them.
Okay, is there any reason to rush it? Can we do March 22nd?
Let me just check that date, Your Honor. That's good for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, and I mean, I can also do March 21st, but those are the two next dates that I know are fairly clear.
Okay, that's fine with me, Your Honor.
All right, March 22nd. So this matter will be adjourned till March 22nd, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Goss. Have a nice day, everybody.
You too. Mr. Goss, was that at the people's request, that adjournment?
Yes, Your Honor, you can put it as people's request.
Thank you. Ready to proceed on Stephen Brown?
Give me a moment, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hello?
Mr. Brown, will you turn your camera on, please?
Yes, ma'am.
One moment, I need to check to see if there's another ticket in the file. I want to know if it's a future date and perhaps we can get it taken care of today.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, so this matter is already closed. So we will proceed on today's matter, which is
Let me bring this license right up here. Seems like everything's showing. Yes, not just Yancey.
Mr. Goss, I don't know if you were aware that there were 3 counts on the original ticket, one of which Mr. Brown has already paid for tenant windows. And so I want to make sure that that was taken into consideration when offering the plea.
And there's only one charge today, Your Honor?
It's 2 today on the docket. There's going to be a driving while license not valid and a no insurance misdemeanor.
Then you got to plead with improper plates, Mr. Goss.
Since he paid the civil infraction, I would dismiss the matter, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now calling the people versus Stephen Gregory Brown, ticket number P11621774. 1 count of drove while license not valid or improper license, 1 count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Tim Malafide, on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, please state your name for the record.
Stephen Brown.
Your Honor, there have been recommendations put forth to dismiss these matters. We'd stipulate to probable cause.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Brown, it's a really good offer. I'm glad that you did the responsible thing to pay the tenant window ticket before court. However, there are quite a few matters that you have or that you've had in the past. I just want to reiterate that at all times, you should have your insurance, you should have your proof of insurance, you should have your registration on any vehicle that you're driving. If you're borrowing someone's vehicle, make sure the registration is in the car, because I don't want to see you again. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
These matters will be dismissed without prejudice, and that concludes today's hearing. You have a good day.
All right, you have a blessing.
You too. So, Mr. Malafide, everyone else is ready to proceed in any order that I choose?
The only one I would say that that's not true for, Judge, would be for Lakaya Brinson, because there was information that was given to me, and so I need to speak to her. But everyone else, Judge, yes.
Okay, and I had asked for everyone to come out of the breakout room. I don't see Ms. Brinson. Do you see it?
No, she's here, Judge. Lakaya Brinson. It's marked as a green T on your screen.
Oh, I see it. Thank you. Would you like me to place her back into a breakout room, or you're okay to proceed?
Whatever the court's preference. I do want to speak to her in a breakout room, but we can move forward with others until that point.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call Mr. Baltimore and then Ms. Bentley.
Okay.
And then Mr. or Ms. Brassfield, and then I'll let you talk to Ms. Brinson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So it's gonna be Baltimore, then Bentley, then Brassfield, in that order.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just checking to see if count 2 has already been in default, or if count 2 is in default, or if it has a different date.
I think count 2 actually, Judge, was paid. Mr. Baltimore paid for several of these, which is one of the reasons why Mr. Goss was willing to dismiss, besides the fact that Mr. Baltimore also showed us his insurance.
Okay, thank you. So calling people versus Courtney Lee Baltimore, ticket number P1364482. 1 count of driving unregistered untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Tim Malafide, on behalf of Mr. Baltimore. Mr. Baltimore, please unmute yourself and state your name for the record.
My name is Courtney Baltimore.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, there have been recommendations put forth to dismiss these matters.
Okay. And that The court sees that the no proof of insurance was paid prior to the hearing. Thank you, Mr. Baltimore, for being responsible. We will dismiss count one without prejudice. And that concludes your matter. Mr. Baltimore, you have a good day. Make sure you're keeping your documents in the vehicle with you at all times.
Yes, ma'am.
You're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Ms. Bentley, will you turn your camera back on, please?
So the court is aware, Ms. Bentley had a consolidation of some tickets that I believe were also coming up. The sum total of her offer is going to be the plea to delayed sentence on allowing, as well as an improper plates charge. Judge, I believe that the improper plates charge will be coming from the tickets that are set for, I believe, the 23rd and 24th of March.
One moment. Yes. I'm trying to make sure that I have the proper tickets so that we can call them all on the record today.
Yes, Your Honor. It's to be fair, Judge, it's what I was told by Mr. Goss. I'm not certain what date that they were pulled from, but I'm basing that upon representations made by Ms. Bentley, as well as I believe by Mr. Goss.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Goss, are they all the ticket numbers indicated on your plea recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I will use this back in. Okay. Wait one moment, Madam Clerk has.
Attorney Goss?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is Madam Clerk. Can you call the courtroom at 313-965-2291, please?
Yes.
Thank you. If he doesn't, I can email it
Mr.
to him.
Malafide and Ms. Bentley, I apologize for the delay. It seems that we had a slight mix-up in two of the defendants. Mr. Malafide, if you'd like to go ahead and talk to Ms. Brinson about the offer that was made. Ms. Bentley, however, only has 2 matters on the docket for today, so we need Mr. Goss to probably make another offer on that one because it was only the 2 counts, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and no insurance misdemeanor.
Certainly, Your Honor, and we can wait for a moment while Mr. Goss, because I was under the impression that he had seen. As I said, I'm working based on the representations. I have not seen the other tickets, so I don't technically know them myself.
This was definitely the court's mix-up, so we apologize for the delay and for the mix-up. But Mr. Goss, Ms. Bentley had 2 counts. 1 count of allowing unlicensed driver to drive and no insurance misdemeanor.
You're on my original offers stands for that one.
I don't have an original offer.
I saw that one, Judge. I had that one.
Which is be a 3-month delay, Your Honor.
3 months delay?
Yeah,
Right.
that was and just so I'm aware, are we saying that Ms. Bentley doesn't have any other outstanding tickets?
Correct.
Okay, well, then I think we should be ready to proceed, Judge.
So she's pleading,
Allowing a licensed driver to drive as a 3-month delayed sentence, dismissal of the no insurance ticket.
okay. All right, my apologies if I mixed or confused.
It's okay, Judge. As you said, there were certain things that were unclear.
Okay, now calling the People versus Kenya Marie Bentley, ticket number P134149. Count 1, allowing unlicensed driver to drive. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your opinions for the record, starting with the attorney.
Tim Malafide on behalf of Ms. Bentley. Ms. Bentley, please state your name for the record.
Kenya Marie Bentley.
Your Honor, there have been recommendations put forth. We'd like to take advantage of those recommendations.
Okay, so the court's understanding is that the recommendation is to plead to allow an unlicensed driver to drive with a 3-month delayed sentence and dismiss the count 2 no insurance misdemeanor. Is that correct?
That's accurate.
Okay, Ms. Bentley, you had an opportunity to speak to your attorney and he advised you of your rights, correct?
Yes.
And you understood your rights?
Yes.
And
3-month delay.
so that means that.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was just going to say, Ms. Bentley, we need to talk about this. That if, in fact, remember we said that the case will be dismissed if, in fact, basically, if you just stayed out of trouble and don't pick up any other misdemeanors, then that's the date that they would dismiss it. We can ask the court. I don't know whether or not they will grant it, but they may give us a faster timeline if you're willing to pay quicker, but that's going to be up to the judge.
You understand that, Ms. Bentley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did anyone promise you, force you, or threaten you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
And you're taking this plea on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
And you understand that pleading guilty will waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
And understanding that you would still like to enter the plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, turning your attention to April 16th, 2022. Were you driving a 2013 Lincoln in the area of Hubble and Linden in the city of Detroit?
Your Honor, it was somebody else who was driving. She wasn't there.
Right, I'm sorry. Did you allow someone to drive your 2013 Lincoln in the city of Detroit?
Yeah. My daughter was driving. I wasn't aware until after the fact, but yes, yes.
And was she licensed?
She did have license at the time. The license, I forget the name of the license.
Was it a license?
It was a graduated license.
So she should have been in the vehicle with you or with someone else, with another licensed driver at the time?
Yes.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. And stipulated to.
So stipulated.
Thank you. All right, so the court will enter a guilty plea for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and dismiss the no insurance misdemeanor. Ms. Bentley, the court will also assess a fee of $220 on that, allowing a licensed driver to drive, and I actually will. I actually shook my head no, but I actually will allow, if you pay it sooner, you can definitely move the court date up. So when would you, I would say maybe, I'm gonna set it out for, would you be able to pay it within 2 months?
I can go pay it today.
Well, we won't do it that soon, but we can definitely set this for review for 4/24/23. And if you paid it by then and you haven't picked up any further tickets or misdemeanors, we will dismiss on that day.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm setting this for review on 4/24/2023 at 8:35 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. That concludes your matter.
You as well. God bless.
Thank you.
And then, Your Honor, for Mr. Brassfield, that will be a dismissal as well.
Okay. Okay. Now calling the people versus Lee Allen Brassfield, ticket number P1334092. Count one, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Lee
Allen Brassfield.
Thank
Starting
you,
with-
Mr. Brassfield. Tim Malafide on behalf of Mr. Brassfield, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Malafide. Thank you, Mr. Brassfield. Today is the date and time set for a show cause. Mr. Malafide, how would you like to proceed?
Judge, we waive the formal reading, stand mute.
Okay. We are looking at a second count, Mr. Malafide. Were you aware that there was a registration and or plate violation on the same ticket?
Judge, I've seen both of those. I've seen everything that would be necessary in this case. They should be dismissals for proper paperwork.
For both, on both?
Yes.
And you said it should be dismissals for what?
For both, I've seen both registration and insurance, Your Honor.
Got it, got it. Okay, so the court will dismiss these without prejudice, Mr. Brassfield. Make sure that you actually do have your insurance and registration in the vehicle with you anytime you're driving. However, this matter will be dismissed today without prejudice. Take care, that concludes this hearing. You're free to go. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
You're free to go, Mr. Brassfield.
Okay, you two have a good day. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Mr. Brassfield had help from one of his daughters, so that might have been one of the issues. Judge, if I could just quickly talk to Ms. Brinson in a breakout room. Ms. Brinson, I'm going to move you into breakout room 2.
Okay.
Go ahead and join, ma'am. Your Honor,
Ready to proceed, Mr. Malphite?
we are, Your Honor. Ms. Brinson just needs a court date.
For what type of hearing?
That's an excellent question. I don't know what she was set for. Hold on. It should be a pretrial though, but let me just take a look.
Nick, 1 second.
Yeah, that was her. She's at 8:30.
This is an arraignment on the bench warrant. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now calling the people versus Lakaya Brinson, ticket number SP 128-14552. 1 count of driving while license suspended. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Tim Malphite on behalf of Ms. Brinson. Ms. Brinson, please state your name for the record.
Lakaya Brinson.
Your Honor, at this time, would wait for formal reading. Stand mute.
So answer.
Judge, at this time, we just want to continue that plea of not guilty and ask for a pretrial date.
Okay, we will continue the not guilty plea and set this matter for pretrial on March 27, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Brinson, just do what I told you. Go to the Secretary of State. They should be able to answer your questions, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll see you on that date.
Okay, thanks.
Your Honor, I believe the only thing that I have then is I can share with Madam Clerk the individuals that I gave dates to.
Oh, is that why it seems like people are missing? Okay. You have yours? Yes. Would you like to put those in the chat? Or do you?
Whatever would be the preference of Madam Clerk. I can put them in the chat. I can send her to an email, whatever she'd like.
So for the court reporter, we'd like to put them on the record.
Not a problem.
Thank you. Ready?
Yes.
Everybody ready? We're ready, Mr. Malphite.
Very good. Christopher Benson. Christopher Benson will be getting a trial date of March 27th for a bench trial. Tell me when I can proceed.
Go ahead.
Brittany Brown Gray. Ms. Gray will be getting a pretrial date of March 27th.
Ready?
Brianna K. Bryant will be getting a pretrial date of March 27th.
You have a talk show voice right now. Go right ahead.
That's it.
Thank you.
We do Christopher Baltimore?
Did we do?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Courtney.
We did Courtney Baltimore.
Okay.
We actually did his case, and I don't remember what it was, but I have. Okay, well, we're all set. That concludes this morning's hearing. Court is adjourned.